Hello, welcome back to Paul's Stuff, my space on YouTube where I get to talk about lots of things I love, lots of Star Wars, lots of lightsabers, and today is lightsaber related. So what I'm going to do today, I've just purchased a new sound font from Kyberphonic. It's their Sorcerer sound font, and today I'm going to be over putting version V2 of that sound font onto this lightsaber. This is my Ahsoka Rebels Shoto lightsaber. I'm actually going to be putting it on both of my Ahsoka Rebels lightsabers, but the video is going to show you me putting it onto this lightsaber. And what I thought I would do is walk you through the whole process of me from the point where I've bought and downloaded the sound font to where it's on the saber and working. As you can see, it's working. I'm going to go now to video on the computer. Now the computer section of this video is in two parts. There was one section which I haven't shown you all of what I do because it's the same thing for about half an hour and it would be really too much. So it is slightly abridged, but you do get to see what I'm doing, you just don't get to see me doing it for half an hour solid. The setup is my usual setup for these lightsabers, where I will take the force effect action of the lightsaber and add quotes to it. So if you don't want to do that, you can completely miss out the bit about quotes in this video and just put the sound font on the saber as you like. I don't go into a lot of the parameters of setting things up on the lightsaber because a lot of that you can do now on the Xeno Configurator app with Xeno3. So enough of me waffling on about what I'm going to do. Let's take a look at me doing it. So we'll go over now to the video of me working on the computer. So we're going to look at the process I do to put a new sound font onto one of my Xeno3 lightsabers. So I have just purchased the new Sorcerer sound font from Kyberphonic. It's actually the V2 that I'm going to be using. This is the newer one. Comes with V1 and V2, and then when you go into here you have all the Xeno3 files that you need for your sound font. We'll be dealing with those in a moment, but then you have this extras folder, and we have music here, which is soundtracks basically. So these are going to be from the new Ahsoka series, and then we have quotes. So we have 8 episodes and we have quotes from Ahsoka from all 8 episodes. So there are several hundred of these quotes. So I will be picking about 15 to 20 quotes out of all of these to actually put on my saber. I'll show you how I do that when we get to that point, but what I probably won't do is show you how I won't waste your time by showing you me going through all 8 of these folders to pick out the quotes that I want. I'll show you the beginning of the process and I'll show you what I end up with when it gets to the quotes. But first of all, this is going to be going on my Ahsoka Rebels sabers. So I have the SD card for my Ahsoka Rebels Shoto. That's this grey file up here. So I'm going to click into that, and that tells me I've already got 5 sound fonts on this particular Saber. So I've got the 5 numbered folders here relate to the 5 sound fonts that I already have on there. So I'm going to be creating folder number 6, and I'm actually going to do that on my desktop. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call that folder number 6, and then I'm going to open that, and I'm also going to open the folder for the Sorcerer sound font. I'm going to open V2, and I'm going to go to Xeno3, and then I'm going to select all of the items that are in there and copy those, and then I'm going to paste them into my new folder. So now we've got all of the sound files that we need for basic operation are already there. What I'm going to do now is to come we're back into, sorry, thinking through my process as I'm talking about it. I'm going to come back into the Sorcerer V2, and I'm going to go into the extras folder, and I'm going to go to the quotes folder and episode 1. And basically what I'm going to do now is play each of these quotes and pick out about 15 from all of the quotes that are in here that I like. And I'm going to pop those into another folder. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call that Ahsoka quotes. So I'm also going to open that folder now. I'm going to close this 6 folder for now, and I'm going to use the Ahsoka quotes folder to put in any of these quotes that I like the sound of.
Yeah, I found it.
So I quite like that. Hu Yang, I found it.
Yeah, I found it.
So I'm going to copy that into my new folder.
Yeah. Come no closer. Us. Oh, Yang, where are you? No, you won't. Keep going. Just keep going. About that.
So as you can see, I'm going to go through these now, and I'm going to find about 15 to 20 quotes that I like the sound of. This is one folder. There are 8 like this to go through, so I'm not going to do all of that on video. I'm going to stop the video for a moment, do that. When I have a folder with 20 or so in here, we'll come back and we'll pick up the process. Okay, so welcome back. I've now been through all 8 of these folders, and I have separated off these sound files here to be my quotes from Ahsoka.
Yeah, I found it. If you didn't keep at such a safe distance, maybe we wouldn't have lost communication.
So these are just quotes that I like from the quotes that are provided with the sound font. So what we're going to do now is to open up our number 6 folder again. Remember, this is where we're creating the sound font that is going to go on the Saber. And we're going to look for we're going to check the sound font. This is what will announce the font on the Saber.
Ahsoka Tano.
And then we've got these files that are marked up as Force. And at the moment there are Force effects down. But what we're going to do is to delete all of those, and we're going to replace them with the sound fonts, the sound files that I've just picked up from the quotes folder. So I'm going to simply delete those, and then I'm going to begin to rename these as Force 1, so Force space bracket 1 close bracket. What I'm going to do is copy that, and then I can use that to replace each one, just change the numbers on them. So this will take a little while, but you'll see what I'm doing here. Do have to keep track of what number you're up to, otherwise it could get a bit messy. So these quotes are going to operate when you use the force effects with the lightsaber. So I missed the number there. That should have been 7, which means this one is 8. Nine, 10, 10. You don't have to do this if you're happy with the force effects there, then you can just forget about doing this step. I like to have the quotes on my saber, so this is the best way I've found of putting those on. Do make sure you get your numbers in the right place. The space and the brackets are really important as well. Without those, the soundboard will not. The soundboard won't see them. I've just accidentally lost the copy of that. We're almost there now. Trying to show you as much of this process as I can without it being boring for you. I always find it really helpful when somebody goes through the whole process with me. I just didn't want to show you me picking out the files, because that does take a little while. I think it took me about half an hour just to go through them all and to work out which ones I was going to use. So there we go. We've now got these all renamed as Force 1 to 17. What we do now is take those, copy them, and paste them into the font folder. And they've replaced the force files that we deleted a few moments ago. So everything else you need is in here. The soundtracks are in here already. So this font folder is now ready to go. So we'll just close all these out. I'm going to keep the Ahsoka quotes because I like to keep a copy of what I've picked out. And we're going to go back into, this is my Ahsoka Rebels Shoto SD card, and we're going to add folder number 6 into the SD card. So now we've got all of the sounds there for that folder to work. What we need to now do is go into the setting folder, and we need to go to the config file. That should open in a text editor, and we're going to go right to the bottom of that, where okay, that's a little confusing. I wasn't expecting this. So for some reason the Saber has written this second set of copy things here. So what I'm going to do now, I need to let the font know that there's another folder to read, or the Saber know that there's another font folder to read. So I'm going to copy line 5, paste it in, and just change the font number to 6, because I want all of these parameters are right for my Saber. This is the white blade. This is the pulse setting for the blade style. These relate to things like flash on clash and blaster block, and there are different types of things you can get on there. All of this you can change later if you want to in the app that comes with the Sabers now. But for now, that's all we need to do. And this font now should work when I put it back into the Saber. So we're going to close this down. Click on OK and then save. That saves the setting folder. So now I have my SD card with the new sound font in it, and the setting folder has the appropriate change to the config for that folder to be recognized. So now when we put this all back together, hopefully what we will get is the new sound font on this Saber. So I'm going to stop this part of the video here. We'll go and check out what happens when I put the SD card back into the Saber. Okay, so welcome back. That's the process that I go through when I put a new sound font on my lightsabers. That sound font is now on this Saber. It's now working. I have done one modification to this, one additional modification in the config file, and that was to speed up the retraction time of this particular sound font. This sound font has a very quick ignition time and a very quick retraction time. So I've just slowed down, or speeded up rather, the time that it takes for the blade to retract. But other than that, everything is as you saw me do in the video. I didn't discover this until after I'd done the video and was testing. The ignition and retraction speeds are the two 3-figure numbers at the end of the font lines in the config file. They are the speed of ignition and the speed of retraction in milliseconds. So I set this one, I think initially was set to 550 for milliseconds for the retraction time. I've adjusted that down to 250, and now it kind of matches the sound effect. And that's what you're trying to do with that. You're trying to match the timing of the sound effect. Other than that, great new sound file. Love this sound file. Has the quotes on it.
Our enemy is actively seeking throne. He was a good master.
So it will play those quotes that I put on in a random way. Hope you found the video useful. That's the sole purpose of this channel, really, is to pass on information. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you use the information in the video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you like this sort of content and the other stuff that I do on the channel, then please do subscribe to the channel. If you hit the notification bell, that'll tell you when I'm putting new videos up. But for now, that's everything for today. So once again, I hope that's been helpful for you. It just leaves me to say cheerio, everyone.